Hello everyone, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Lindsey the pharmacist here, Wellness from D Consulting. I do apologize up front for a little bit of the wind. In order to get peace and quiet to record this video, I did have to come outside, so there might be a little background. This week's Wellness Wednesday is ADD and ADHD substitutes or alternatives. I got this when I put out a feeler for Wellness Wednesday. And so I want to talk a little bit about that. In ADD and ADHD, there's a chemical imbalance in your brain where stimulants actually can calm you down and focus you. But, and this is argued, it can be way overdiagnosed. So we live in a society of instant gratification, a lot more screen time, that increases our attention deficit and our lack of focus. We also have a lot more stress than our parents' generation did. We're doing 3 times as much as they did in any given day, so we need to manage that. But in your children and or yourself, it's hard to decide if you're on the fence, like, do I need a medication? I don't really want a medication. Are there other options for me? And then you get on Dr. Google, not a doctor, and you start to search. First of all, with your ADHD alternatives, we want to look at your exposures to allergens, pesticides, preservatives, and we want to reduce those as much as possible. Decrease anything causing inflammation in your body and your brain and taking away from the energy it gives you to focus. Second, we want to look at your diet. We want to make sure we're reducing refined sugars, any stimulant like caffeination, energy drinks, stuff like that, and saturated fats. Then we want to add to your diet methylation. So it's called activated B9. Why do we need that? Well, you get methylation genes from your parents. One might be a methylator, one might not, and then you're a partial methylator. Or they're both great and you're great. Or they're not so great, each of them, and then you're a non-methylator. Non-methylators tend to have, there's cardiovascular disease involved, anxiety, bipolar, depression, miscarriages, migraines, hypothyroid, and more. There is a link on my website about methylation if you want to go check it out, wellnessfarmdconsulting.com. Look at services, which read more about the methylation mutation. So we're getting active B9 on board, so you start methylating. Your body can use those pathways. And for example, B12 comes as cyanocobalamin, hydroxycobalamin. In order to absorb it, it has to be methylcobalamin. So you have to add a methyl group. Methylation, adding the methyl group to our nutrients, is key for us to absorption and processing. So I'd add an active B9 and do a taper and get you up to your highest tolerated dose. Right now, the prescription dose of it is 15 milligrams. We can also get that over the counter. So you don't need to go through a doctor. Next, I would say we want to look at some exercise. Get yourself outside, get some exercise, some walking, some breaks, give you a schedule. So if you need help with time management or schedules, I've reviewed that. It's one of my favorite things to do. So we'd be happy here at Wellness PharmD to get you going on a schedule. Yoga and meditation are also really good. You're like, okay, there's no way my kid's going to do yoga. You might be surprised how a little down dog go, or just doing it together goes a long ways, or dancing, activity for them that keeps them in blocks is really great. Also, look at their nutrients. Give me a call. We want to make sure they're on a probiotic because your gut health, as I've talked about already, and this one is key. Then there's therapy. There's behavioral therapy for you and or your kiddo, and there's parental therapy. So you can get therapy that will help you with cues and coping mechanisms and behavioral. You can figure out triggers and catch things and nip them, or help you or your child adjust to certain triggers or situations that leave you less focused. So we can get that on board as well. So the answer is kind of a robust one, but thank you for submitting it, my good friend. And we want to work on your exposure to toxins, herbicides, pesticides, preservatives, your diet, decrease sugar, fats, caffeine, stimulants, increase your exercise, get you some active B9. If you need that, let me know. If you're like, I just want to try it so I can feel better methylating, awesome. I'd be happy to help you. Or if you have decisions to make, you're already on the medication pathway and you might want to make changes or try a different one and you're not sure which to pick or why, pharmacist at your service. All right, everybody. Oh, and therapy. That was my last one. Don't forget that. You guys have an awesome week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.